is. It is indeed. It is indeed. So yeah, so we're in Act 2, The Long Night. So yeah, you're all still in. Well, most of you are either. Some of you are in the examination room. Some of I think most of the crew of the Kronos like retreated down into the junction, into junction C A2. Is that A2? Yeah. Um, south of the examination room, and some of it, oh yes, well, some of them run off. So there's just two of us. There's Wilson and Cham in the examination room. Yeah, Davis and Miller legged it. So yeah, so you'll have recovered if you panicked and ran off. You'll have sort of recovered your senses, come back to your senses by now. So panic status once you've had once like a turn has passed without anything happening that would cause it to increase, it'll panic status will go. What panicked? Yeah, so that's an auto. That'll just do it automatically. So it's what the panic thing does is when you have to make a panic roll, it increases. It causes your panic level to increase regardless of whatever your roll is. So it'll cause your panic status will cause your panic level to go up by at least one. Um, so yeah, yeah. So Wilson, your panic, yeah, yeah. All right, you want to know how to take it off, right? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Most things is left click to select it or activate it, and right click to yes. No. So your stress level goes down by 1 point for every turn of rest in a safe area. But your panic status doesn't require rest in a safe area. It's just if you allow enough time to calm down, then it drops. Because otherwise you won't last 2 minutes if if you needed to be in a safe place to rest to get rid of your panic status. So yeah, that's like a panic status is basically like a temporary like debuff thing. So yeah, so what you're doing? So it it shot it sort of disappeared into one of the air vents in the it is loose, yeah. After attaching itself to the captain's lapels, I think it hissed at him and then just like shot off. Yeah, so the crew of the Kronos, they kind of well it depends. Are you going to join? We're going where they are in the junction room, or you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So these doors will have shut behind. So the crew of the Kronos all seem still after that sort of initial shock of what's happened to the crewmate. They all seem to have slipped back into that sort of dazed state from the emergence from hypersleep. Although they're obviously more agitated than they were before. Okie doke. Yeah. So you're going back to. Let me just chuck you back in there, so everybody's kind of congregating in that function room. God, I can't remember. Oh God, I can't remember what it was about now. That what happened? Uh, yeah. Okay, so Reed, she like says we've no idea who you are. You just turn up on the ship. You could be pirates, mercenaries, corporate mercenaries, or anything. You're on our ship. You don't expect to order us around. And my responsibility is the welfare of this crew. So the woman who was like Clayton, she like steps forward, says, well, how about you start by explaining who the hell you are and what you're doing here? Right. Yeah, I would say so. And Davis is still in the examination room if that's where she's intending to remain. Okay. Right. Right. So like John's looks is looking about just looking about and doesn't seem to really know what to not know what to do, and then he notices you look at him and he goes, yeah, sure, yeah, you go do that. Okay. So, what's it? The remaining doctor called Flynn, the youngest of the looks like to be the youngest of the crew, Kronos crew. He like says, yeah, I need to we're gonna need a moment while I administer some medication and get everybody rehydrated, so we can get, with your permission, Captain, we can reconvene in the mess after that. I like Captain John says, yeah, sure, yeah, we'll do that. Let's do that. Uh huh. Okay, is there anything anybody else wants to do? It sort of, well, it kind of an arm came out of the eye. It basically ripped open it came through his mouth. It ripped his bottom jaw off, tore the jaw apart and forced its way out through his mouth. Okay. I suppose you can make a is it medicine? Where's the skills? Medical. You can make a medical. Yeah, medical. Or well, no, an observation because it's not really. Yeah, I'm making an observation check. Okay, so yeah, so you have to you need to make a stress roll. Oh God. Okay, so you got that's a panic condition +5. So whether by stress, confusion, or realization you're all going to die anyway, you drop a weapon or other important or other important item, and your stress level increases by 1. You're now at panic level 9. Oh God, that's getting bad. What happens then? Why does that happen when you're checking over the body? Cool. Cool. So yeah. So what's everybody else doing? Luckily, nobody's around present to see that. Is there anything? Is there anybody else wanting to do anything in between, like the crew, sort of sorting themselves out and reconvening in the mess hall? Yeah, so examination room has got for sort of is equipped to deal with like yeah people like helping people recover from coming out of cryo. Yeah. It, no, it didn't come out. It didn't come out of his eye. It was about yeah, it was about the size of a cat. You did. I'm going to I'm currently relaying that information to you. You what? Sorry. Only in not really. No, no. Yeah. So there are some similarities, but again, it didn't look like the same creature, same type of creature. Um, so somebody does recognise. I can't remember whoever went into the science lab and saw the. I think it was Captain Miller when they were in the science lab and saw the stuff in the what do you call them, in the jars. In the jars, yeah, they were identical. There were two of them like floating in preservative fluid in the lab. So yeah. So is that what you're doing? You go hang around until they're all recovered, and then head down to the mess hall. Or you didn't fill a pyro? Sorry, I didn't see you'd done it. I didn't know you'd actually activating it. Sorry. Yeah, yeah. It's still got power, so it works. Let me see. Where are you? These things are so small. Oh, sorry. That's not. So everybody's nearby, so I'll show it to everybody. Yeah, so all the stuff right in the middle would be all of you. Yeah, yeah. The range of the range is the range of the closest. Sorry, I'm just gonna disable that 'cause it's Okay.
What scale it is, do we how far away it is? Okay. What happened to those two jars in the lab? They've got the same creature as the eyeball. Still there.
Okay. So so you're going you're heading down there to down onto B deck. Is it B deck? Yeah, B deck, isn't it? Okay.
Across the motion track. Quite close then. There seems to be something across the motion direction.
You're going down. Well, the crew of the Kronos start rapidly leave you where you are, and they start rapidly climbing down the ladder into down to the deck below.
Is this blip on this deck then?
Yeah, it only picks up stuff up on the horizontal plane.
Right, got it. Is there air ducts in this room?
Uh, yeah, there's air ducts connect most places to like spread airflow. They're different to maintenance like tunnels that you can access. You can't get into ventilation; it's too small.
The cat.
A cat could get in. Yeah, it's small enough for a cat to fit in. Yeah. No, the dotted route lines are the maintenance shafts. They're not the ventilation just runs everywhere, but it's just it's not marked on the map.
Suggest you follow the crew. And then ladders. Wilson. Until you guys are down.
Right, something suddenly slams into the door to the examination room.
Get down the ladders.
Who's
Cover the axe.
who's going down first?
I'm going towards the door.
Okay.
Towards the door and try and erase it. Which way does it open the door?
It don't. It's a thing. It slides open.
Slides.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Yeah, it's just
so
it's just a button.
with the axe above my head. Kind of ready to swing it.
Okay, right. You can. There's a little viewport in the door, and you can see this as this. There's a sudden thud, and you can see this thing slam itself against the door. It's not what you've seen. It's not what you've seen before. It's much bigger.
Is it a different species like the first one?
No, it don't look like that the other one that the dead one. It's some.
It's like a bigger version of the cat.
I'll show you what it looks like. Sorry?
It's the same as what I found.
No, no, it's different.
That's the one that died. That's the first entity thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
That was keeled over.
Oh no, no, sorry. I do apologise. No, it's the same. It is the same. It is the same. Sorry, I do apologise.
Is that the same as the captain? Or different?
Um,
Which is it got?
this is what's on the other side of the door. So it looks like a. It looks like a. It looks similar to it, but it's the size of a man.
So this is different to the cat.
It looks like a big version of that.
As it's grown into this that we think very, very rapidly.
Yeah, it was even as you watch, you could see it were like growing in
I'll stop
size.
that. Get down the stairs. This thing's got bigger.
So yeah, it's a. I'll just move you down. So yeah, you start. You can make mobility rolls if you're. Are you doing down calmly, or are you going rushing, or what are you doing? Okay, right. You can make mobility rolls then as you go down. Okay, that's fine. Next. Yeah, Wilson pushes everybody else out of the way and goes down. Okay, Miller, she gets down, but she's panicking on the way down, so I have to make a stress roll. Oh my God! Oh right, so yeah. So if you want to, can you see that? So you got a panic level has jumped up to 11. So seek cover. You must use your next action to move away from danger and find a safe spot if possible. You're allowed to make a retreat roll if you're engaged with an enemy. Your stress levels decrease by 1, but the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range goes up by 1. So everybody increases their stress level by 1. Miller's goes down by 1, and she like slides down the ladder and runs at full pelt. Okay, who's next? Okay. So who's next to go down? So it's Ryan. Oh no. Yeah, it's Ryan next then. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep. Right, this thing throws itself against the door again, narrowly missing the button that would open the door. Scream your lungs out for 1 round, losing your next slow action. Oh my god. So a slow action is. So I need to tell you what it's. Oh dear. I think that probably applies to everybody except Miller, since Miller's like run at full pelt. So I'll just get this up for that tells you the actions. Although I think I might be that might be on a reference thing. It should be in there player reference sheet. There it is. So slow actions are crawl, close combat, shooting, shooting guns, throwing something, reloading, first aid, stopping, trying to stop somebody panicking, giving somebody orders, using a signature action, getting a spacesuit on, starting a vehicle. Yeah, fast action. On the other hand, fast actions: a move, moving through a door, standing up, drawing a weapon, blocking an attack, picking something up, shoving somebody, grappling somebody, retreating, aiming, seeking cover, and stuff like that. But yeah, it's on the player reference sheet in at the bottom of the journal. So it's your the next to where it says on the stress, where it says stress. Okay. Oh, you're frozen. So Wilson's frozen. Frozen by fear or stress. Yeah. For your stress and your stress level and the stress level of all friendly PCs in short range view increases by 1. Oh my god. So yeah, yeah, you do, yeah. So Rye, you drop something as you're heading off, and is that it? They just jump. Freeze, you're frozen by fear or stress. And everybody in short range increases. So everybody, so that'll be, so yeah. So that actually that might not be anybody because I think Cham going down last, was he? Yeah. So yeah, that'd be nobody. Look at all them panic symbols on everybody's tokens. Okay. Right. Let's see. Right. So this thing slams up against the door again, but it holds. It don't manage to get through, and then it runs off and disappears out of sight. Nope. So I want to turn it off altogether as well. Okay, so you're all down at least, apart from Miller who just run off. You're all down in Junction 2. Oh, some people in the walls. Oh, no, get on that one. There we go. And of course, Miller has gone off. Where's Miller gone? Where's Miller run off to? Oh, sorry, I have it. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I've not. There we go. I forgot to drag everybody to the map. So yeah, where's Miller running? Where's Miller run off to in all that chaos? So the rest of these guys. No, you're capable of making that decision. Although I can put you somewhere if you don't want to do that. Well, that's what I mean. You've not. It's not to a. It's not to. You're not panicking to a state that you're just running blindly. Oh yeah. So them, yeah, they should be there. It's the it's Yeah, B2, yeah. I forgot to remove the old tokens. I wonder what's happening then. Right click and drag it. Hold your right mouse button down and drag it. So they've gone. They must have gone further. Well, they might have headed toward mess hall, but you've not seen them. By the time you climb down the ladder, they'd gone. So let's let Miller move to where she was going to move to first. So you can move 2 zones. So that's 1. Well, he's just moving. That's where it stands. So yeah. So what you're doing now? So you just all heading towards the mess hall. Right. Okay. Did you say you were checking? Excuse me, please. No, no, Mr. Am? No, no. So is Rye using check it motion checker again? Did you say tracker? Sorry. Oh, so it does. Yeah, it does one last. Oh, one last go, and then that's it. Can't trigger it again. Yeah, so everybody's there. Well, more or less. Oh, it should be working. Oh, that's odd. Yeah, it's not, is it? Let me close it and reopen it. I know why, because it's Rise not selected. There we go. Okay, let's turn that off. That's the last time we're going to be able to use that for a while, if at all. Okay. Yeah, gonna have to charge it. Okay, so you all make your way down through the corridors towards the mess hall, catching up with Miller on the way. Just drop you all in there in the corridor by the mess hall. Right, so you try the door and the door won't open. You press the hit the button for the door and it doesn't open. Right, so you can see, like I said, there's a viewport through, so you can see there's some back and forth between them, and then Reed runs over and opens the door, and like rushes you all in. So now she's got a gun now as well. It's a pump action shotgun. No, I think it's same model though. Boom, boom. There you go. Rise, like don't know what Rise doing. We're trying to go through walls. Right, and then she closes it again. Right, so what's it? Flynn, he's sort of backed up into like the furthest corner of the room. Johns is like just stood looking a bit bewildered. And Clayton comes over and says, "Is it gone? Do you see it? Where'd it go?" Right, so Clayton just ignores you and turns away, and she goes over to John and says, "Johns, get on, get a mother to override the door control so we can lock this room down." And he's like, yeah, sure, yeah. And he goes over to the console. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you're going to the end. You're going to the vents. What's somebody else doing? No. This is a maintenance shaft. So this is at ground level. You could put some cabinets and tables in front of it and try and block it off for what if that'll do any good. You can. Well, it's one of them irises, not a sphincter, an iris. So yes, yeah, you can attempt to weld it shut. Yeah, seal it. So so Johns looks at yeah, sure, I'll do that, yeah. And so you can see people who if you stood by Johns, you can see him is just putting just using his command override to get Mother to lock down this particular room. Isn't it? Like the putting in the exact like the codes for the actual doors. Yeah, he's the acting captain. Yeah. So while you're stood there, Clayton comes over to grabs hold of your elbow, Wilson, and steers you to one side of the room. Says, "Might have a word." She's looking calmer there. she's looking calmer than crew of Montero. Most of the Kronos crew look a lot calmer than you lot. So she says, so have you got your company ID? Right, she so looks at it, casts an expert eye over it, and then hands it back. So Wilson, what's the deal? Why are you here? Okay, right. She produces a company ID. Eh, it looks authentic, although it looks well. You can see that it's old. It's like a yeah, it's dated. Yeah. About 5 years. The company sent you. Right. She nods and walks off. Right.
Do you hear that at all? Or is that just
No.
whispering in the
Yeah,
corner?
they're kind of whispering in the corner. You can see them.
All we can see is them whispering in the corner.
Yeah. So yeah, they have some sort of like
Ghostly voices.
hushed exchange over to one side of the room, and then only briefly, and then Clayton walks
Sloppy
away.
Christmas cards.
Okay, so this area is locked down. You can consider it safe, I think.
I mean, we're not panicking.
So after about but 10 minutes passed, and your panicked condition will drop if you've got it on, which I think most of you have got it on again. And then, like I said, for every turn that you spend in here, your stress level will drop by 1.
How long's the turn?
A turn is about 10 minutes.
We're just staying here for a while then.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah.
What
So
do we need to talk about? What we're going to do in here?
right.
Yeah, we're going to say if we tell them we're here, then they can just tell them what's going on.
Okay. Right. So they what's it? Reed goes round and writes, puts a few tables and benches upright amongst all the chaos in here. She sits down to next next to, sits down next to Captain Johns and gives gives a disgusted look, casts a disgusted look over at Dr. Flynn, who sort of almost flinches as she glares at him, and he sits as far away from her as he possibly can. Clayton picks a picks a picks a spot opposite Wilson, and sat on the opposite side of the table, opposite you, but next to John's. Right. So they're like, what? What do you mean 70 years? That can't be.
Check the logs, check the dates. The year is whatever the year is.
The year is 2183.
The year is 2183.
Right, they all sort of look stunned, and John's, or rather, Clayton gets up and goes over to with a console and like starts punching the keys, and then dejectedly, like her shoulders, like she like sort of visibly shrinks. Says, "He's right."
Of course. However, this has turned into a nightmare for us all, evidently. We were meant to get the ship up and running, find out it took for a while, they'll get it back. However, the ship that we came on was carrying Triton gas. It had a fatal malfunction in a way that I can't understand. Maybe Cham to tell you more about that. The upshot is our ship was completely gone. We're pretty upset about it, especially with the circumstances, but there's nothing we can do about it. We're stranded here with you guys, whatever the fuck these things are. However, I can see that you're from the logs that your mission was of vital importance, and you've come across something incredibly valuable to you and probably to the human race as a whole. Okay? I know people have died. I'm scared. I'm sure you were all scared. What we have to do is try and act rationally from this point. We've got to get back. We've got to stay alive. But if we can do it the way we hope that we can clear this thing, then this we could have.
So Clayton just interrupts you. Says, "So what the hell's going on? The ship was supposed to be locked in to arrive at Delis Colony. That was only 9 days, just over 9 days from our start location.
I
Where the
don't
hell are we?"
know. I don't know exactly what happened from the logs. From what I can understand, it looks like maybe you hit a meteorite when an unexpected collision damaged your communications array. It light knocked you off course, so that the ship's onboard computer mother never triggered the wake up because you didn't hit the waypoint that would have triggered it. So you just carried on drifting, and that's how you are where you are. And that's where we are where we are. We're so many days off Cutter's World, Sutter's World.
Well, you might
Yeah,
be a long way off Sutter's World.
yeah, we're like halfway between where we set off from and where we ended up. Oh, sorry. I'll give him the last kind of like flat mark that we're close to them.
So you left Ankhead Station.
Yeah,
Uh,
not too far away from the station.
so you're about 10. I think about 10 days. So it's 10 days either way. That's with
That's supply.
yeah, if not longer. But yeah, quite
Right.
quite a while.
You know we can go into Chariot because we've got yeah. Yeah, Davis is right. What we need to know is kind of like the backstory. All we know is kind of what we piece together would be a lot more helpful if you told us exactly what happened to you from your own perspective.
So, what's it? John says that we everybody that as far as we know, everybody that was left alive got into cryo. Um,
What was your mission?
the mission says we were all we had we're a science exploration mission. We were heading to I'd orders set down on LV 1113 after
Yes.
the company picked up a garbled alien transmission, a supposed alien origin. We set down we set down on this we set down this planetoid LV 1113 in the Draconis system, and I wasn't down on the surface. The science team and some of the security team and some of the other crew went down. By all accounts, they found some ancient ruins. At this point, Clayton like cuts cuts John off. The mission was purely archaeological. By the way, she like says the science team collected some important artifacts, but unfortunately, inadvertently, they seem to brought back some kind of spores and were infected. Um,
What about the critters in the jars in the science lab? How did they get there? It was all by accident.
some of the crew were infected, but somehow we're not entirely sure what happened. We weren't entirely sure what happened at first, but some of the crew became infected with some kind of parasite. Um, the things that you might have seen in the science lab, we used the doctors used the med pods to try and remove them to save the crew. Fortunately, as well as managing to remove the parasite, which killed it in the process, um, the crew members who underwent the procedure died during the procedure as well.
What method did they use for detecting the parasite? How do you know there's not more in the rest of it? Like the blood sample that we've just seen in cryo.
Right, Dr. Flynn speaks up. It says, "Well, I'm afraid I've got a little bad news for you there." It says, "One of the things they brought back were what looked like fungal growths, but they were in actual fact egg sacs. The initial from what we were able to determine, the initial stage of sort of some alien life cycle."
I look at Davis when he says that, kind of like my eyes widen a little bit. Fungal, he said.
Yeah, they release spores into the air, but they're not. They're not fungal spores. It's some kind of parasitic organism. Um, and if you've been breathing the air, it's likely that you're infected as well now.
What? So everyone's infected with that eyeball
Well,
head ripping creature.
So I kind of look and say, you remember Davis, you broke those, what we thought were the spores, and came round your mask and dropped it away. So what we're
Yeah.
saying is if we start disturbing those, we're eating the spores.
it says so Dr. Flint says it says yeah, but the 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 this fungal growth it spread through the ship, and it's likely yeah it's going to be in the air once you've enabling the scrubbers. The whole ship's going to be flooded with them. So I'm afraid there's in all certainty you're infected. It says what?
I'm going to look and say, when you say we're infected, we're all infected.
No, we're not infected. because well, I was on part of the science team that was back on the Kronos that was looking. They were analysing some of substance that was brought back on board, as well as the spores, and we were able to um, synthesize an inoculation
Yes.
that that neutralizes the growth, the alien growth, and turns it into an inert tumor. This is but what I don't understand is what happened to Dr. Cooper. Yeah, the guy whose head exploded.
You mean these? I'll read this.
Says yes, that's that's the last batch of the inoculations.
Absolutely outstanding. What did I tell you?
Says we should get you inoculated as soon as possible.
I agree.
Let's inject this.
So all the Cronus crews had this.
Yeah, yeah, but
And
I don't I don't
well,
understand.
not
Yeah, they all said that.
I found this on his body.
Right.
Show
So
the syringe.
so Flynn takes it from you and looks at it. Says, "Oh my God, he never took the inoculation."
where is the warning?
I want to grab it back.
Right. So he hands it to you. Just you should we should get you inoculated straight away. And he comes over. He instead of handing it back, he comes over and goes to inject you with it.
Grab it off. I'll sort it out.
Oh, very well, as you wish. He comes so he like just shrugs and walks round to Wilson, takes the case off you and opens it up, and inside are 6 more doses.
Is there any way that you can scan to find out if you've got this Wilson in it?
The med pods, we've programmed the med pods to pick up any sort of parasitic infections.
Because what we found when we were there in this crew is that if these spores were quite exposed, they would kill it. So how do we really know that they can survive in the atmosphere as well?
Well, that's
Felt the dust in there.
Yeah, I mean ultimately what I'm saying here is you're not ready just to inject yourself with something on process. So I'm quite interested as part of what we're doing in this experiment is to see what this end up giving us.
right. So Clayton looks over at Reed, and Reed sort of stands up and unshouldering the shotgun and says, "Well," and Clayton says, "Well, if that's the case, then I'm going to have to place you in quarantine."
What have I said about putting weapons in putting this together?
Does the syringe I found look like the ones that were in the case?
Yeah, it's exactly the same.
We're all gonna have to go in quarantine planet side right now.
So right now, you're a danger to anybody who's inoculated. You're a danger to yourself. You're a danger to yourself and your crewmates. So if you're not going to take the inoculation, then we need to quarantine you.
How do we know you took the inoculation? You're not just telling us without proving that.
Listen, look, Miller, right? At some point, we're gonna have to trust each other, okay? Our role is Steve. I'll say we have to start somewhere. I don't think these guys voluntarily are carrying around a bunch of like weird narcotic shit
if you take the inoculation, if Clayton, Clayton said, if you take the inoculation, no, we're not going to quarantine you.
Why didn't Cooper take the inoculation? What was he afraid of?
That's it. So it's it, Linz. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't understand why he didn't take it.
Maybe he did. Didn't work.
No, it's his fault. It's Simich's fault. It was his fault. So
He told me he'd taken it.
Did you not? Did you not inject each other? Did you not see this happening?
Well, we
Night
oversaw
shifts.
we oversaw the inoculation of. There's only us left. So yeah, me and Dr. Cooper oversaw the everybody's inoculations. Of course, Dr. Cooper said he would do his own. He's the C with the he's my boss. Oh, he was.
I mean, Wilson, we're talking about trust. And so far, have we had anything that leads us to trust these people? We've had knives pulled on us, we've had guns pulled on us. Where
Put yourself in their shoes, though, Mel. These people are terrified.
are we not terrified?
Of course we are. But we're not the ones that spent 70 years as an icicle and watched all our friends get annihilated by these things.
Well, you were under the protection of most of them. I don't think we're all right.
yeah, that still is because of this.
Says Flynn says, look, I can assure you the inoculation will neutralise any infection from the spores. Says I worked on it myself.
So how long from infection is it until then it's
It varies. People tend to. I mean, everything happened so fast. We had limited ability to study the phenomenon, but from what we were able to gather, people start to exhibit the first symptoms after about 7 hours on average.
Yeah, let's. I'm inoculation.
So how long have you been exposed to the air on the Cronus?
It weren't that long after the schools came online, were it? We didn't have access to it. We stayed in as precious to us, didn't we? So for most of the time, it were only when their schools were alright, probably 2-3 hours.
Yeah, because we came from the scrubbers to the cryo.
Yeah, yeah. Effectively, nearest damn it. 2-3 hours at most.
Let's not forget the fact that 70 years have passed since the research that you did down at LB 113. Things might have changed. Like I said, we've witnessed behaviour with these spores that we thought, whereby they only stay airborne for a matter of seconds before they turn to dust. So maybe in 70 years something's changed. That in itself would be something to study.
And Clayton steps up and says, "Yeah, that'd be great. That's fantastic. If that's the case, all good. So we need to keep you under observation in quarantine if you're not going to take the inoculation. If all
Well,
if we give it give it a shift. If everything's okay after a shift, then fine."
and is there any biological change that we could pick up in the med lab? Asking Flynn, can you detect any biological changes in the body that would show signs of
Yes, says yes. The
so
first some of the first symptoms, it looks a bit like blood poisoning. You'll get sort of marbling on your extremities, which will spread to your core of your body. You'll get headaches, disorientation, nausea. An increased, rapid increase in acidity in the blood.
Why don't we all go through to the med lab?
I have not been in this room until we've got planned together on how we get out of this.
We've also been sidetracked still more to understand about what's going on. But are there any known side effects to taking inoculation?
Living.
No adverse effects.
We've not seen any adverse effects. I mean, it's an experimental vaccine, so it's possible, but we've not seen any side effects as yet.
If we look at the timeline, Cooper, was it Cooper? What you're saying is within about 7 hours, death is guaranteed. So that would imply that as a crew, you would inoculate yourselves 7 hours before.
No, we inoculate ourselves a good couple of shifts before we went into cryo.
So that doesn't really prove that there are no side effects if the only testing you've done is 2 shifts before injecting.
No, it doesn't. And Clayton steps up again. That's fine. If you don't want to take the inoculation, we need to keep you under observation in quarantine. And if you come, if
Say you're not infected and that all the inoculation does is delay it for another 3 shifts.
or maybe
Timing that. What they're proposing seems quite reasonable. If you don't want to hold yourself in quarantine for a couple of shifts, I don't want a problem if you're in quarantine forever.
So what you're saying is there's no problem with someone holding a shotgun in your head, telling you you must have an injection. If you don't, they will lock you in a room and they'll promise to let you out. That to me is simply alarm bells.
Under the circumstances, I think that's a perfectly reasonable reaction. And say that these side effects, say that it's going to give you cancer. Would you rather die of cancer, or would you rather die like that doctor back there?
I'm not sure I trust anybody right now.
Well, that's fine. All I'm saying is that their proposal seems perfectly reasonable to me. And while I believe argument semantics, this thing's getting bigger.
I don't think their lab rat case there, this shit is like a catalyst for something, or this is the mutagen that will change it, and everything they've said is bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, how long were you on LV-113?
a few days, or the team was.
So in that time, not only have you identified a brand new pathogen that infects your body and then within a number of hours turns you to dead, you've also developed an antidote for that that guarantees survival, and you've tested it sufficiently to be probable. Not either all wasted.
It neutralizes the spores, the growth. It turns it into an inert tumor.
What about if I told you that we did some testing in these scrubbers and we identified that within 10 seconds, a minute, that pathogen is terminated itself?
Says so. Flynn says, I hope that's true. I'd be more than happy for that to be the case. But
It is true. I've just proposed that, so you need to believe us.
we've got we need to.
What I'm saying is, you've got a shotgun to our head telling us you've got to inject us, and we're saying we've got additional information. We're not threatening you. Where is the risk in this conversation?
So Clayton's like, look, they haven't got a shotgun to the head. The corporal's there to enforce the captain's orders if need be. If you don't want to take the if you don't want to take the inoculation, then we just need to be you need to be quarantined to a part of the ship where you're not a danger to anybody else, at least until a shift has passed, or you leave the ship. Says Captain, Captain Johns. This is the ship. You're in charge here.
Well,
Is this-
wait a minute, Captain Johns. Where actually is Captain Singh? Because John George just didn't say
He died.
He's dead.
how did he die?
He was killed by one of those things by another crewmate.
John, why did you initiate the launch procedure?
Because we didn't have a choice. It were either them or us. And Clayton steps, so it says, "John's as my backing on that count. We get it were either everybody went down. It were either them or everybody went down. And this research is far too important to be lost."
Is there any kind of way of like using human perception, like assessing? Are they lying? Are they not lying?
So yeah, where is it? What is it? It's empathy. You can make an empathy check, I suppose, or wits.
Yeah.
Would it be wits or would it be empathy? Just let me check a second. Um, well, essentially by the other crew member. The thing came out, they were killed because the one the crew was in. Yeah, the crew member were infected, which is what they're inferring by they're saying you need to be quarantined.
Was the guy with the stretched arms that we found and shot his head off? What was his name? He took his ID and everything. Is it infected or?
Was he the one in the arm mode?
There's a-
Suffered some stretching and then his suit had ripped and I think that's when he committed suicide.
Fenwick got caught outside when he got delayed. He got caught outside. He didn't make it to the cryo before it locked down.
Why does he have those arms?
So, I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. There are many questions here. Of course, confirmation without discussing this.
I'm looking for me, but like I said, I just want some kind of like perception check.
Yep. Let's see. Where are we? Personal charisma and ability to manipulate others, wits, sense of perception, and intelligence. So yeah, it would be a wits check, I would think. No, just a wits check. So you click on the wits instead of the skill. Yeah. So yeah, core concept. So like wits is sense perception and intelligence, empathies, personal charisma, and ability to manipulate others. So either of them would be from different. I would say wits though. Okay. That's there. Okay.
What's that?
T-shirt.
Ethics.
I like it.
Yeah, that is cool.
So Flynn says, look, it says,
Secret examination mode.
ooh, trumps it.
Yeah. Put better on the floor though, John.
So Flynn likes, she says, look, says, I'll be first to admit I'm shit scared. I just want to get out of this mess alive. And the only way to do that, to ensure we do that, is to inoculate ourselves. So if you don't believe it, there's some spare inoculations. I'll take another one. I'll show you it's safe.
It's not bullshit.
I helped work. I was one of the scientists working on it. And it
It's the formula you need to share the formula so survival.
it's, that's complicated. Sure, could share the research, but it's not something I can explain in like 5 minutes, and it's on biomolecular chemistry.
I fix machines, so that won't make any sense to me. All I'm saying is that perhaps whatever you know, you should share with us, so that we know it as well, just in case you don't make it.
True. I think we kind of know that. More importantly, save a vial. So long as a vial can go back with us, then synthesize it from that.
So yeah, I've got all the research. We just need to if we get this back.
So for me, I don't think it's worth wasting a shot.
So
We can working together, though.
So Flynn retrieves a couple of the hypodermics from the case. He rolls his sleeve up and injects himself with one of them. And then he turns to one of you. And who's it going to be? Because he's going to use manipulation on somebody.
Manipulate me, I'll present myself.
Okay, right then.
He's gonna get an axe in his face if he comes near again.
Okay. So yeah, he goes up to Wilson and injects him with the other syringe.
I'm looking at the corporate columns, is it?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at them as I'm being injected and seeing what kind of reaction she's having.
She looks possibly relieved.
Right. Okay.
Right. So Flynn says so. So who's next? What about you? And he looks at Davis. Yeah.
For all we know, the microscopic thing flying through the air. But I can see both sides.
So, well, he attempts a manipulation on you anyway. So, so manipulation. To make another person see your way, you can make an opposed roll for a manipulation. It takes a lie to spot a liar, if that were the case. Your chances are affected by your negated position. So fail. Yeah. So it's an opposed roll. So it's you make a manipulation roll. He makes a manipulation roll. If it fails, then the person is trying to manipulate doesn't listen and won't do what we want them to do, and it might provoke them to like dislike you, might backfire, make them dislike you, or even attack you if they feel provoked enough to do something like that. If it succeeds, then the target must either do what you want them to do, or they'll become aggressive. But even if you choose to do what they want you to do, you can still like say, right, I'm going to do this, but you've got to do this in return. So it's not like there's still a kind of a bargaining process to it. Or an extreme situation, you could just you know punch them or stab them. You can push the roll, which will, if you fail it, which will. Yes, yes, you could potentially get more stressed. You can, yeah, you could voluntarily fail the test, yeah, yeah. So like command, um, so command that if to do that you would have to do it after it. So command.
What I'm trying to do here though is read the situation as well. So I don't just want to do it like willy nilly. What I want to do here is if Lynn is trying to inject Davis is more like not really sure that he wants to do it, and therefore I want to be like, don't do it. No, I think I'm more. I don't know what the point. It's like a dice roll basically. That's how I see it. Either they're telling the truth or they're not, and have no way of knowing. So I'm taking the injection as just being. Okay, well, would you expect your command captain to tell you not to do it, or is that I don't just want to do it for the sake of
That's for you to decide.
efficiency?
Don't forget using command. Well, not using the command skill, but if you use your what is it?
I mean, Davis is my buddy, so I don't want to see him.
Yeah.
Inject me. So as a character, it's in my interest for him not to be injected. I think it's more like you had a reason. It's like there was like absolutely adamant in their trickiness or whatever. That's different. But for me, it feels like nobody really knows. Doesn't know what to do. But the way I see it is that in the short time that we're on the planet, they identified this brand new alien organism. They identified how it was able to reproduce. They identified the cause. They identified the vaccine. They were sufficiently tested to make sure that it was working, and then they rolled it out. And if it's that dangerous to us all, then we're all going to go back to another colony, to wherever we're going to go as soon as we open that airlock. That whatever's in the air is just going to explode. So in a way, I think doing some more testing on us as kind of well, we've been exposed to it and we've not took the vaccine. So you've got 6 hours, say, to figure out if we don't know. We've been like if we go into quarantine and then come out
So Flynn sort of looks at you, says he takes another hypodermic out of the case and looks at David, says sort of open-eyed, waiting for your permission. He's not gonna force. He says, I'm not gonna force you to take it.
From my point of perspective, I'm kind of like accepting. You know what I mean? It's like I'm accepting my fate. No, I have no idea what the right decision is.
Okay, right. So he sort of wipes prepares your arm and injects you with the inoculation.
I
With
put
the
my hand on his shoulder, Davis, and I say you made the right choice.
so Clayton states, so he says, look, if you've got your doubts, just go into quarantine. If you start to show symptoms, then we can give you the inoculation before it's too late. If you don't show symptoms after a shift has passed, then maybe you're right. Maybe maybe it's no longer infectious.
Yeah,
Well, at least a couple of us are out now anyway. They're not locking us off.
that, that's it.
If Cham and Miller want to take it, then should we quarantine them a bit? Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as I said at the beginning, before we were talking about locking people up for the rest of the trip, that's not what we're saying. So that's fine.
Well, I'm not taking the injection and I'm not going to quarantine. Happy to be monitored. But we need as many people out and we need to be working on getting this ship up and working. And B, we've got that giant thing on the ship and I ain't getting locked in on my own. That's if what you've been observing in quarantine you've been observed outside of quarantine, in there, it's not contagious and you've all been inoculated. If it was, I'm not as risky to you. And
You're a risk to everybody, I'm afraid. So
you said this thing doesn't happen instantly.
it
They
doesn't.
are growing.
Nothing can be proven or just look at what happened to the doctor. If you're in the room with us when that happens, what's going to happen to us?
So
That thing's going to attack us.
so Flynn attempts a manipulation on Miller anyway. So he gets an opposed check. So you roll in a manipulation. The person with the most successes wins.
So I just got manipulation.
Yeah. He completely failed. So he fails to. So yeah. So he's failed. He failed to convince you. So failure, your adversary won't listen and won't do what you want. So yeah, you can't. He failed to manipulate you. So
What are you thinking, Ryan?
I don't think we can hear you, Dan.
Sorry, I'm back.
Okay.
This is already took it for the team. You're all mad.
Right, excellent. Thank you.
Okay. So Flynn comes over and gives Riley inoculation, injects him with the inoculation. And he walks over to Cham. He says, do you want to do it? Are you still? Says, I can do it.
How many have you got? Six.
There's 6 in the case, and you've got the one that you took from Daniel Cooper's pockets.
So, 7 total.
Yeah.
Just used one.
So use 4.
So, John, you one spare, 2.
Yeah.
I'll use this one. Stick in my arm and
So just before that happens, who's got the axe and who's got the shotgun?
I've got the axe.
Okay, so as that's
Okay.
We don't need an alien. It's not a man.
So I'm going to inject myself while the disruption's happening.
Okay. Right. So
Shoot each other.
so he's going to get. So Davis, are you gonna let him take the shotgun, or are you gonna stop him, or stop her rather?
I'm guessing Miller that trying to snatch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more trying to grab it. So this has got something that we're all just like, yeah, we're all lined up. Obviously, I've been picking up, been saying you're all a bit mad. You've all been umming and ahhing about it. So in that time, I think you're going to have it. So I'm making my way over to Davis to
Yeah.
grab it while she's not paying attention.
Yeah, you want to tell him that.
Oh, no.
Fair enough. Okay. So Miller walks over and just like saunts over to Davis and then just like snatches up the shotgun. So it prompts Reed to like raise his shotgun.
I'm gonna go. Whoa, you move, Miller.
I've not been ejected and I'm not going in for it.
So
I'm happy to be observed.
so,
I'm happy to.
so Reed puts
follow
but like get down on the ground, put the weapon down. I won't hesitate.
I'll go to standing with Reed. Just say, look, we need to get like this. Everyone needs to weapons down.
So she says, look, get out of the way. I've got no qualms with you. I'll terminate all threats to the Kronos crew with extreme prejudice if necessary, and that includes you if you're in front of this barrel.
I'm gonna try and manipulate her if I can.
Okay.
So I roll manipulation. Yeah.
Yep.
you trying to manipulate me.
No. Reed.
What a dice.
So what do you say? So yeah. So what are you doing exactly? What are you saying exactly then?
Okay. So I say, make everybody listen. And I'll say, Cobb, you're in the military structure. By extension of that, you are on the corporation's company sponsored and instructed by the company. If you damage any member of this crew or any others, then what do you think is going to happen to your career? Look at your pension. Family. Fed up with all that. Basically, I'm going to basically tell them, is it really worth you pulling a trip on the rations when it's going to basically mess up your life because a corporation is going to screw you over and hold you as a scapegoat?
So
Wrong.
she hesitates, and John goes, Valerie, just put the gun down. We can talk this out. Right. She looks over at him. You notice a bit of a exchange go off between them. It's maybe not quite professional, and she begrudgingly she lowers a weapon, but she doesn't shoulder it.
Right. Right.
Okay, so I'm going to.
I'll say one or the other. Going to quarantine or having the inoculation, either way, you're putting us all in danger.
And I'll say, Wilson, I'm not doing either. There's a lot about this mission. There's a lot about what we're talking about here that just isn't adding up. I wanted to be considered, and this is what
You're not being considerate, though. You're being very inconsiderate.
because some random strangers an hour ago tell you to inject yourself. I don't think I'm being unreasonable, Wilson.
I don't care whether you inject yourself or not.
doesn't mean that it isn't inoculated with this thing. Consider me part of the scientific experiment that you're doing, or Cooper, you're undertaking. I'll be your
Cooper's dead.
oh,
See, look, he's getting mad already.
yeah, so I'm part of your experiment. I haven't taken your information. So 70 years have passed since the last time you did any studying on this spore. As long as I'm not in proximity to any of these eggs, these things when they're disturbed, for me, I feel that within a minute or two of being disturbed and airborne, they die. So I don't feel currently at risk. I'm on edge because of everything that's just happened just then. But I'm of the opinion that nothing will get
So we should pause it.
I'm happy to undergo testing every hour, whatever feels necessary.
Okay, you can make a. I think that's probably appropriate for you to make a manipulation as well in response. Okay. you can push it, of course, but that will give you stress. Oh no, you got one. Oh, you got one. Sorry, I didn't see that one. It didn't. I didn't see the readout. I just saw the physical dice, and they're not rolled. Let me just. Okay, so Flynn is says, yeah. Oh, okay. I'll stay with Miller. I need to go to. Where do I need to go to? I need to go down to Med Lab and collect some things.
Okay, I'm going to say read. Are we in agreement?
Says you turn on that spineless piece of shit, and I don't care. I don't care anyway.
Okay, I'm going to say you got to hear this. Give me this thing.
Right. So
I'm sure.
Clayton turns to Reed and says, "Reed, shut that talk. You go with Flynn and make sure everything's kosher."
So that's Clayton and Flynn and me.
Yeah.
Right.
No, you, Flynn, and Reed.
All right. Okay.
As before Flynn goes, I'm going to ask, can I have the vial, spare vial? Briefcase.
I prefer to go with Miller.
There's two spare vials in there. So there's one
Yes,
that's
yes,
one that's penciled for the captain and one that's
Yeah.
just a spare.
yeah.
So no, Flynn,
Both in the briefcase.
no, Flynn says no. I'll hang on to these.
I'm manipulate. Wasn't giving me the
You're gonna try and manipulate. Okay, go on then.
One with
Captain,
Yeah.
I'm happy to take one with me.
I think both crews should have knowledge. Try it. If it works, great.
So that's four. Right, just a minute. Where's oh God, I can't see it. There it is. Flynn manipulation.
I've got 4
Okay, yeah.
successes.
Right. Right.
I think I only
Okay.
anybody else that wants the FFD. I'm alright.
Yeah, so you can use them. Yeah, them extra successes. Yeah. So there you go. What do you want to use them for?
I don't know.
So manipulations, yeah, stunts. If you click on the like little sort of little points icon next to the number, next to your number of your manipulation score, it'll bring up like a list of stunts you can spend it on. So you can, your opponent does what you want without demanding a favour in return. Your opponent does more than you ask for example, giving you some useful piece of information. Details are up to the GM. Your opponent is impressed by you and will try to help you later on in some way. And you can spend extra success on one or more of those. So you could potentially spend one on each one.
One on each of them.
But yeah, so that's only against Flynn. So you're going to use what each of them. So it doesn't demand. So yeah, we're out. Yeah, he just hands it over. Says you're probably right. You're probably right. Well, yeah, Miller, you. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah. Miller, you better take this one as well, I suppose, just in case we get split up. Okay. So yeah, Flynn looks a bit apprehensive at Reed accompanying him. But so what you want to do? Are you going to set off? Are you going to spend some more time resting up, or what do you want to do? So you've already been in here. Oh God, how long have we been in here? Wow. I think to be honest, I think by now your stress levels. You've been in here like real time. You've been in here over an hour, haven't you? So 7. So say being in about an hour. So that's going to reduce your stress levels by 6. Now, if you want to spend any extra time in here, let me have a look. Uh, 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 all right, yeah, right, yeah. So you've got like you have to, yeah. You can, but with not with rest alone. So yeah, so that might be noticeable then. Okay, I suppose. Yeah, yeah. So while everybody else seems to be slowly calming down, Davis just seems to get more and more irritable and stressed. So yeah, does what do you want to do then? So Flynn's ready to leave. So do you want if them that are accompanying him? Are you ready happy to go now, or do you want to rest up some more? Taking you and Davis.
So, to me, I guess we've still got more questions. So, everyone kind of agrees in terms of like characters. Then I'd like to talk about a bit more about what's happened, and also perhaps also talk Cronus. Maybe you want to know why we're here, why our ship is here.
Just told them.
You tell them that they come here.
Yeah.
Did you?
He said he got word from Bert that full circumstances.
I think the fact that we're at
Yeah, you don't know you've got no evidence that the company blew it up. They're just some because Cham was there was something odd. Cham checked up on it. We're checking the readout stuff, and there was something odd, but he weren't able to determine what exactly had been the source of. Yeah, so a special. Uh,
I just know that something was happening on the console, and I went to it and figure out what was happening.
So
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Miller. I think the only person people who are that are aware of this special order is Miller and Wilson.
Yeah, because we did about it, didn't we? That one.
We did. We had a good discussion about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
So I guess then do we want to know more about the crew? Well,
Talk to them. Yeah.
What things I will want to know. What do we mean? I mean, for me, we're at the stage of coming together with a plan, like what we're going to do.
Yeah, what do we do next?
But, if you want more answers, what's the questions that you want me answering?
Why is Max on the console?
The great questions of the universe. What do you say, Max?
so John says, well, since since your ship is out of the picture, we need to get the Kronos up and running. It's the only thing that's going to get only way we're going to get home. So we need to get up to the. It says well, he goes over to he says we need to get over to the bridge. He said, and then he wanders over to back over to the console and starts tapping tapping on the keyboard. And he says, right, so according to Mother, the comms are raised down, the engines um, aren't online. Need bringing back online. There's a problem. Apparently, there's a problem down the reactor. So we need the engines, bring the reactor bringing back online, or rather the connection between the engines and the reactor repairing, and we need the comms repairing. So I don't know. We're not being out there. We need to get out there. No, it's there, but it's just damaged. Damaged.
I'm happy to keep the pretext of the comms working. Let's get the engine working.
So how do you know? How do you know? How do you know the comms is out? Is beyond repair?
Jam, been out there, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been out at time.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Since
So I'm kind of saying you've been out
So
there, Jam, haven't you?
yeah, I've
so
already
Clayton like
set.
interrupts. Says you've been out on the hull of the ship. How long have you been here? How long exactly have you been on board?
I don't know exactly how long I've been on board.
Day, practically.
Yeah,
So
full
basically,
about 24 hours, more or
Yes,
less.
but between a night. Between a night.
We've gone
why,
in.
why is that important to you?
I just you're curious as to why it took you so long to get round to bringing us out of cryo.
We didn't.
Because power,
Mother did that.
Cryo was what? We did the cryo and what?
power was off. We had to either go Chariot or there was something else that was wrong, weren't there? That was stopping things from starting up. The engine was just come back on.
Cryo was what? 500.
Right. Right. Okay.
It was an emergency shutdown to conserve power. We came on board.
Right. So Clayton says, right, Johns, we perhaps we should go and consult Mother, and I need to go to call into my quarters.
Suggested not splitting up while the things out there.
So Clay, yeah.
Did you put anyone in cryo before you left the planet, or did you all go to
There, there were just us and the two other crew members, of course, that have died while they're in cryo. Yeah, they all went into cryo at the same time. Yeah.
I think it's better wherever possible, try and stick together. If you have to split up, probably into big groups rather than into tiny groups.
There's occasionally agreements.
So you wanted in two groups anyway, don't you? Because you wanted to go to the med lab, because we're all going to med lab. An initial scan.
I'm happy for you guys to go to the lab. I'm happy here in this nice, secure, safe room.
But we need to get them engines back online, don't we?
We do, but we need a plan of action for that, don't we?
Right. Clayton says it's me and John's be fine. We both got our sidearms.
We should stick together. Oh yeah. I'm not. Oh yeah. There's too many jobs to do. We can't ship one last one.
Perhaps, perhaps the one job we need to do is kill the thing,
Well,
and then we can do all the jobs at his leisure as much as we want.
but we experience considering weird. There's no point wanking to that thing if it doesn't kill you. Unless somebody has got some better weapons and shotguns and sidearms, what can stop that?
Productivity from one.
Decade. What?
Killing from one.
Yeah. Have the Kronos had any experience fighting enemies?
Not us personally, no.
So
You
you know,
don't know any way to stop it.
Do we know that there's just one, or do we think that big one were a second one?
the first one died, didn't it? So we've got another one.
I don't mean, yeah, is the cat one the big one?
Yeah, I think it's grown into that because it evolves very quickly.
Yeah, we're growing
Right,
intelligence with it.
right.
Probably carry on into the same as the one we saw before with the claws and teeth. Looks like it's getting similar to that.
So I'm going to say it's
Maybe the life cycle is super accelerated, so maybe it dies from that at old age.
the other one died when we got the air scrubbers online. Changed the atmosphere.
So Flynn says the creatures they mature rapidly. The thing that you saw that burst out of Cooper, it only they'll grow to almost full maturity within about half an hour.
This bad boy is fully grown.
It could be.
What's the atmosphere in LV 1113?
It was breathable.
So it's not killed him yet.
No, no, can't think of.
No, I'm going to ask Flynn and the rest of their crew what their thoughts are on it. Maybe discussed out a little bit. It's around midnight when
From what we can um, so beyond that we're not sure. Like say everything happens so fast. We've only had limited experience of direct contact with the creatures. Most of that happened either in the science module or down on the planet.
Okay, well, I mean,
When we locked down, went into cryo, there was still we believe there was still at least one of the creatures loose on the ship, and we left Ava to deal with that. Yeah, Ava, she's just a synthetic.
Gosh,
I've been sent this across the wall.
You never did.
I don't think it's synthetic, really.
Oh well, she'll serve it'll have served its purpose.
Well, I mean, John's weapons in carrying scenario pretty much firing on that on these monsters point blank, and you don't have got mind actions. I think you shoot it down and stop them.
What you're suggesting then? We all sit here and wait till you change and kill us?
Suggesting we get on and run your initial scan from me, we get these engines up and working, and we figure how the hell we're gonna get back to the good world or whichever you call it. Oh yeah. But what we need to be aware of is this thing's out there and it's hunting us, and sidearms and shotguns aren't going to stop it.
Well, me and Johns need to get to the bridge or rather need to get go and speak to Mother.
Is that Clayton said?
Yeah.
they have kept in one of these signatures on the platform.
So Flynn sort of stops and thinks, right. To be honest, that's never crossed my mind.
Feels like Jill's in, and it's
Nobody's
awful.
to be honest, nobody was able to. It never crossed my mind to even try that, but that said, nobody's been able to get anybody who got that close to him weren't in a state to administer any injections to it. Right, Clay says, "Look, Johns, come on, we need to go. We need to go. We need to go and speak to Mother." And he's like, John's like, yeah, of course, yeah. Says, so he says, right, yeah, you get on with that then, Flynn. We'll meet back here in an hour.
So you wanted to go with
And what's it? Johns and Clayton set off. You what? Sorry. So what's everybody doing?
Yeah, just
Okay.
it's me and Davison being escorted to my lab.
So yeah. So let's see. Let me just get these out. So they're both. So Johns and Clayton, they go. So so Davis, who's going there? So Davis, Flynn, Reed, and who else is going to the med labs? And Miller. Is that right? Yeah, Davis, Reed, Flynn, and Miller. Yeah.
Just the three of us.
So that leaves you three. So yeah, you two, you four set off.
Why don't we leave it to Mother then? The other two.
Or do you want to go to Bridget? See if you can bring stuff up.
over. I don't. We can't go with Mother. It's not happening.
Bridget's just on the beat.
It's the relay, the reactor relay needs. There's a.
Relay externally is the internal.
Pardon me.
Is it true? Yeah.
Too late. Yeah, so it's 4 things, but it's only reduces if it's if you're panicked using it. I think yeah, I can, yeah. Yeah, I'll see if I can drag it across. Can't remember if it drags across.
I'm also still carrying 2 cylinders of oxygen as well.
No, I don't think you've got any more either.
So if anything left in this or perhaps
There we go, yeah, it drags across. You're still wearing your suits, but yeah, you're still wearing your suits, not the helmet. So while you're wearing your suits, they do yeah, it's hard to move around in them, so it does like restrict you. Yeah, yeah, it is. So yeah, it'll any kind most yeah, because they are restrictive. They'll give you penalties on on doing certain things like manoeuvring and whatever. You. No, no, they would.
same. I'll take mine off then.
So
Okay.
yeah, you're right. Very, very heavy looking. So
Yeah. So yeah, the oops, sorry, I'm real somebody.
yeah. Yeah,
uh,
that's right. It's like wearing your full uniform and tag if you're wearing an army
equipment.
constantly. So no, you wouldn't.
That's an armor, isn't it? I just have a look out. What's it? Rifles, heavy weapons, suits and armor. So compression suit. It's got an arm. It has got an armor rating though. That is one good thing about it. But yeah, whatever, compression suit. Um, so state of the art when it introduced 6 decades ago. Reliable MK Mark 50 compression suit is still a common sight on the frontier. The sturdy helmet has a comm unit, heads-up display, lateral headlight, and a wireless helmet cam that syncs to any mobile or stationary monitoring station. Suit carries a healthy supply of oxygen, maintains internal pressure for its wearer while in vacuum. If you're going to get blown out of space, you want to be wearing a suit. Oh, right, I thought it has a mobility penalty on that, but apparently not. Um, yeah, no, didn't. Thought it did. But yeah, they are cumbersome and unpleasant to wear, though, from a sort of role playing perspective. It's not something you'd walk around in.
I'm going to take mine off.
You're going to take your suit off.
Yeah, just to feel.
Yeah, like I say, you probably won't wear them unless because they're really uncomfortable to wear. So you can just drag that down into the foot locker, I think.
If you right click on
Yeah, you can add it to right click on the pen like pencil and say add. One of the options is add to locker.
Yeah.
Where is the item?
It's
Oh,
in
yes,
yeah. You got it? Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Put in oxygen suit and oxygen supply and locker as well.
Yeah. Okay, okay. Radio.
And then who's got the ball gun?
should have now. It's gone off my sheet.
Oh, it's just dropped it. Right, I'll drag it onto. It must have just dropped it. Ball gun.
This has got the ball gun
Have I put it on your sheet?
and the syringe.
Crazy.
Have I put it on your sheet by mistake?
Plus it gets 5-star.
Also, I did.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. Um, I suppose so. It takes a shift for it to charge.
No, it's dead, innit?
So you put it in your locker thing on your sheet. It'll take a shift to charge. So I'll add a note onto the clock, so it'll pop up um, when it's charged. So let me see what time we're on. We're on 24, so 7 hours. That's well, this is yeah. This is also a good point. You're gonna have to be resting soon as well.
I reckon within about 12 hours.
11, 12,
If we've been on here
2,
24,
3, 4, 6,
we've slept halfway through.
note, 22nd, time, um, 4 a.m. Second, yep.
So the best part is you clean your mess and everything.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so it's going to be you're going to got like a few hours before you're going to have to think about getting some rest. Play visible, Matt. Play visible. There we go. Boom. Okay. Yeah, what's that one? That say? No title. All right. Tracker recharge. Right. So there should be an alert comes up when it's recharged. Okay. Right. So what are you three doing in the mess hall? Have you decided?
So we're going to repair engines. That's what we said.
Yeah.
We're looking towards engines.
So you're what? So you're heading down to the reactor on C deck.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Um,
No, it was, yeah, we did say engines. First we said upper engine. We said no. Engines.
yeah, you did. Come on. Why is it not? Yeah. Zero. save. Worked? Yeah, it's worked now. Okay. Let me just see. Somebody sending me messages. Sound issues with Twitch. Players can't be heard. Oh. Oh, crap. There we go. That's sorted. Flipping it.
So for everyone watching, everyone's took a random vaccination and I've not. And I win.
Sorry about that, people. Everybody's player's audio was turned off or was too low. Right, yeah. So yeah, I think that's essentially what's happened, isn't it? So there's been some arguing. There's been
Yeah.
players have been arguing over whether they should take an inoculation that the crew of the Kronos have taken. So apart from Miller has agreed to take the vaccination, and Miller's now being escorted by the Marine from the Kronos. So one team's off to medical to the med bay. One team's off to speak to Mother, and the other team is off down to the reactor to try and repair it. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So you three are down to C deck. So which way are you going? Taking the taking the lift, or are you going by through junction 1 or 2?
Is it
B2
worth,
probably the best one too.
worth going through science lab through B2?
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're not going to bother with the lift then.
Oh, is the lift working?
Yeah, lifts are working now. The left-hand lift.
No, I'm not happy at going in that lift.
Lift is quicker.
Yeah.
It's up to you, of course.
It's creaky and it's noisy and it lets things know where you're going.
I'm happy with either. I mean, we came up through junction B2, so we came down junction B2, didn't we?
Yeah.
We know that's relatively safe. Well, all things considered.
For now, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm happy go B2.
Yeah, I'm happy B2
Go through
too.
science.
Me too.
Go through science sector.
Okay.
Right.
Right. So meanwhile you're into med lab. Okay. So one group will arrive at med lab, by which point the rest of you are probably down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, probably at junction. At the junction when the others arrive at MedLab. So yeah, just as one group of you, Wilson and Cham and Rye, arrive at the junction B2, and the rest of you arrive at the MedLab. Clayton comes over the comms ship's intercom, and she doesn't sound happy. She says, "Some fucker has been into my suite and stolen my personal property from my safe, and you're the only fuckers who has been on this ship long enough to do that." Reed. Right, Reed levels his raise a shotgun. Says, "You heard Clayton. Who's taking her stuff?"
I look at Ryan and say it wasn't me. Then I look at Wilson and say,
we're not with him, are we?
Yeah,
it's
so yeah,
you, me, and
so you can still hear this over the comms
together.
yeah.
So there's comms in here. Look.
What stuff is that?
I'm going to say, really, Reed, you're pointing the gun again. Put the gun away and ask us the question without pointing the gun at us.
We moved the drugs, didn't we? Where did they go? Were they on the Kronos?
Oh, you took the drugs, didn't you? That you'd researched on the internet.
Is that from the personal locker?
I remember.
I can't
It went from
remember.
We found the drugs in the corporate suite and we took them back to our ship.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what came out my personal safe.
Oh.
Reed, search them. So Reed points at, waves at you with the shotgun. Says, right, empty your pockets, everything, on the floor.
While that's happening, I'm looking at you, Wilson, and asking you if you've been in there. Do you know what they're on about?
I have no idea what she's talking about. I've pretty much been between MedLab and Mother, and that, apart from helping you with scrubbers, that's it.
Right. That's just we don't concern ourselves and just carry on with the repair.
Well, it concerns me, like, what's in it? What's in it that's got her annoyed? Well,
yeah, I don't think I've anything in my pockets, so I'll be like, there's really no need for the gun, but I will just turn my pockets out while I'm saying that.
Right. So, Reed goes, Flynn, you worthless piece of shit, go and check the stuff. And he's sort of sheepishly looks at her and comes over and starts going through your stuff. And says, I don't know what I'm looking for. What am I looking for? Says Reed goes, Clayton, what is it? What is it looking for? Says there's some cash, a fair wad of cash, but more importantly, there's my MCD.
Like a mini disc.
It's a computer. It's a computer storage device, like a high tech hard drive. We're like a computer, kind of like a computer all in one.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I've got that, so my pocket's good.
I've got nothing
Right, so
in my pockets.
Reed goes back over at Com and says, "No, none of these have got it. See, either one of the others have got it, or it's gone down with their ship, unless it's stashed somewhere else on board."
And they're going to say, "What are you going to do now, Reed?" Can I pick my stuff off the floor? I've got an half-eaten sandwich and a snotty tissue.
Yeah, so Reed shoulders a rifle, a shotgun again, and nods.
Cool. And I'm going to say, why so twitchy, Reed? You seem to be presenting that weapon rather too frequently and rather too quickly. You could end up shooting one of us or shooting one of your own crew if you're not careful.
So it won't be one of my own crew, I can tell you that.
Well, we're all friends here, so stop pointing the gun at us.
Right, so Reed steps back and puts her back up against the wall so you can see it all. And I was like, Flynn, get on with whatever it is we need to get. You need to get from here. Let's get back.
And then, I'm going to say, Flynn, what you're looking for on this scanner then? Basically, and the reason I'm asking that is because I don't want him to just go, "Oh yeah, here it is. Look, this line is now this line," and you've got to jab him.
So yeah, you're in the med lab. So there's to one side there's a desk with a computer console on it. Along on some shelving, there's a row of large specimen jars. Floating in two of them are two small creatures which are identical to the thing that you saw tear its way out of Cooper's skull. On a far shelf is a smaller specimen jar that's without any liquid in it, and that contains some of these fungal growths.
Okay.
And on the desk next to the computer is an open metallic urn, inside of which are 4 organic-looking glass vials. 3 of them are intact, with some kind of black, sort of thick black liquid in, while the 4th one is cracked open and empty. So Flynn sort of like pauses him at a moment as he goes up to the desk and pauses a moment when he sees this one of them's cracked, and then carefully and gingerly picks up the flask and screws this lid back onto it. He says, "Right, Reed. That's all we need from here."
And is that it? Did you put in the lid on, or are they taking those?
Yeah. So he screws a lid on it and then takes it, like stashes it in a bag and slings it over his shoulder.
The empty vial, not the container with the 4 vials in.
Yeah, the metal flask with the vials in.
Okay.
The other one's broken, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's 3. So it's like a big metal flask, about a bit bigger than a thermos flask, a bit fatter. And it's like this black metal, and inside it are 4 glass like ampule thing, big ampules. One of them's cracked and empty, and the other 3 have got this black, viscous-looking fluid in. And he takes the flask with all the vials in.
Yeah.
So I would kind of know what's in there. I don't know if you were trying to hide it or whatever, but because I've been in here already. So
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
So a couple of questions really. One is, what is that, and why have you picked it up, Flynn?
It says these are the artifacts that came from the planet.
Artifacts, you say? But out of the ruins?
Yeah, nods.
And why is one of them damaged?
Says I don't know. Something must have happened while we've been in cryo.
Have you done any experiments on these? Have you done any
This
research
is what we
on
use.
them?
This is what we use to get the to create the inoculation.
And did you crack the bottle during that, or?
Says no. This is I don't know what's happened. What happened? Something must have happened to it during cryo.
So was the damaged one the one that you were using, or in other words, was it half empty and now it's completely empty?
No, these were all full when these were all intact before we went into cryo.
Right, so you've used some other
this was just one
other
of
bottles of this to make your antidote.
Right, he like I say, he shoulders this bag and then he just heads for the door and says, "Right, that's it, Reed, then."
You don't want to scan me while I'm here? You've no interest in that anymore?
Right, he says, "Oh yeah. Right, come on, we'll go and use the med pods are down the other end," and he leads you through these doors to the south into another part of the med bay where the med pods are located. Just one moment. Okay. Right. So,
just before we go in the med pods, I just wanted to ask something.
Okay.
So I just want to keep asking Flynn just before we go in the med pods. So I'm going to point to the glass specimen jars with the things that look like what popped out of Cooper's head, and I'm going to point to him and say, "Those are the things that came out of Cooper's head. How have you got 2 of these, and how are they dead?"
Like I explained earlier, we try with the pods. We configured the pods to be able to remove the parasites. We attempted to save the crew members. Unfortunately, both the parasite and the crew members were killed during the procedure.
Right. Do you know how long from infection to removal of the parasite? How much time elapsed? So, in other words, how long did it take for this specimen to grow to the size that it's at?
So he sort of thinks for a minute, and where are we? So they're not sure. They're not sure how long it takes. A few hours
Okay.
maybe.
I'm not going to lie, but if one of those things is in me, I'm going to know about it, and I think you'll probably see it. So yeah, I'll certainly be able to feel it before it explodes out of my eye.
Says well, I think
Just,
it might
I'm
be.
kind of saying that as like a joking reference kind of thing to
Says well,
to lighten the
I
mood.
think by that time it might be too late.
Well, we've got trigger happy Reed with the shotgun. I'm pretty sure she'll be quick off the mark to blow my head off before it's popped out of my head. And give a knowing smile to Reed.
Okay, so like I say, yeah, head down to down this short corridor to where the other part of med bay where the med pods are located. So Davis hangs back a little bit and catches you just briefly and catches you up just as you're entering this next room.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask Flynn again. I'm guessing as I'm kind of going to the med pod, what are you looking for?
Says you
Right.
these are where's the oh sorry, going sorry,
Who are
saying
we
that too.
sorry, who are we talking to?
To Flynn.
Oh, says these were the med pods are.
Yeah. What are you looking for when you scan me?
See if you've got any signs of infection, any growths, any tumours.
And how is the med pod gonna report that?
It's
as in, like, well, is it going to say there's an unknown body within my body, or?
Yeah, it's med pod. Sure, you've seen before. They're like they'll scan your body and see if there's any foreign bodies, any growths or. Right.
It's like that one on Prometheus, John.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Where she has that bloody, or abortion.
Yeah. Yeah. No. What I wanted to make sure is that they're into red light flashing, and he goes, there it is. It's boom. It's got a thing in his body, and it's like, oh no, it's just a charging light.
So within this room are two older generation Pauling med pods. One has its plexiglass tube splintered and shattered as if something's broken out of it. The other is sealed, and there's the light. Internal light can be seen from within, but the entire inner surface of the plexiglass shield is obscured in a thick, dark covering of decades-old dried blood.
Amazing. So I'm going to look at those and go, Blaine, are you sure these things are going to work?
Well, the other one should be fine. It's just the canopy that's broken.
Okay. Have you any explanation of what happened? Why is this broken? Why is this one full of blood?
I believe they were some of the other scientists were doing an autopsy on one of the on some kind of creature.
Okay. Did the scientists doing the autopsy, did they survive the autopsy, or did this thing?
I don't know. I don't know anything about this. I've not been in here. And he seems really nervous. So quick, just get in the fucking pod. Let's get out of here.
Fine. So I'll just get on the broken one and be like, get this over with and let's get moving. We need to get this shit working.
Okay. So Reed sort of goes and hangs back, watches for a minute, and then goes and hangs back in the corridor, checking the corridor. While Flynn starts powering up the. Gets you inside the med pod, closes the canopy, and starts powering it up.
It's been nice knowing you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, he starts running checks, going like, "Yeah, blood's normal, temperature normal." So I can ignore the stress on that. So yeah, like I say, Flynn's there operating this med point. Says you'll just have to keep still, just stay still for a few minutes while it finishes scanning.
It's not very comfortable. There's broken plexiglass sticking in my back and butt. But yeah, sure. Just hurry up and get it done
He
with.
keeps looking around and looks really agitated, and he says, "Oh shit, fuck." I says, "Yeah, sorry, I was messed it up. I'll have to like restart it." Right. At which point you can make a what is it? A stamina check.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Wait. So no, not that. No, don't want that. No, that's what I want. Oh no, not that many. Right. So his face, what's it? Flynn's face drops as you're infected.
And why? What's telling you that? And I'm gonna.
He turns the console around and showing you the body scan, and there's a tumor showing up in between your lungs.
All right. And is that? I mean, could I just be dying anyway? Could I just have a tumor?
It's not cancer. It's
would the med lab be saying it's the med thing is saying it's?
it's unidentified like tumor.
Amazing.
It's about the size of a golf ball at the minute.
Okay. I think it'd be worth scanning Davis, see if we're all infected as yours gone.
And it's like it says there it's malignant.
But growing, I guess.
It says, well, we'd have to monitor it to confirm that.
All right. Well.
It says, but you can fucking stay if you like. I'm not.
What? Stay in the med bay?
If you want to stay in the med bay, you can fucking stay in the med bay.
Do I have the injection thing?
Says,
so I have one in.
He just puts it. He like slams it into your hand. So yeah, take the fucking thing. So, right, I'm Harry. Okay. Reed, come on, let's fucking go. Leave this idiot to do it to himself.
Well, okay. I'll keep that knowledge.
Okay. Right. So what are you doing? What's Davis doing? Oh, Miller. Sorry.
Oh, Miller.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Sorry. Yeah.
What's Miller doing?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
So as Flynn kind of gone out
now.
Yeah,
Flynn and Reed have gone.
Right. So I'm going to say to Davis, looks like what they were saying was true, but I want to come back in here in an hour, see if this thing's growing. Just keep an eye on me if I start acting strange and Sending daft orders and that kind of thing. Then just
Nothing's
inject me.
new.
Yeah, I know. And I'll give you the injection.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, right. You can make so Miller. You can make an observation check as well, I suppose. You ignore the stress if it's if any stress comes up. Okay.
Already start going crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what you doing? Oh right. Well, anyway. Meanwhile, so the rest of you after Clayton's ranting, you head down onto C deck and round to the reactor.
Yeah.
It's down there and in there. One moment while I have to drag you all in. Dave. Okay. So you should pull you onto. Yep. So that's everybody. You all pull down onto there. You're in the junction. Righto. So yeah, you clamber down the ladder and then head round down through the corridor to the reactor control room. Let's get everybody in the corridor properly.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So we're outside the door to the reactor relay control.
Okay.
Yeah, opening and going.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. You open the door. Ooh.
What?
So
shit.
the only light in here comes from an open access port on the reactor relay. It glows a dull pale blue, casting long and deep shadows. Something has torn up the furniture and ripped up the furniture and loose equipment and scraps of clothing to build a bizarre nest here. Against one wall, in the pile of debris near the reactor, lies what looks at first like a crumpled up spacesuit. The tattered suit looks like it was set on fire at some point, and the filthy fogged helmet is warped and distorted. That's until you see it lift one of its strangely, weirdly warped and stretched arms, unfurling its distorted, deformed body.
Shit! Is there a photo of that?
Yes.
Oh.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh.
Of course, it's yeah. So what looks like what you took for a helmet is actually it's strangely
It's a head.
deformed head. But yeah, it's still wearing the tattered and burnt remains of crew's uniform, crew member's uniform.
Mm.
Right.
See if you can capture it, Wilson, as a normal specimen. You like collecting things.
Yeah.
Okay, right. So yeah, it looks like somebody shut the door almost immediately.
Are you done?
It was, yes.
Yeah.
I could see it from where I'm stood. Slammed the door shut, like, the fuck is that?
Your camera's gone off again, John.
Damn it.
Yes. So what?
looked to be one of those things in the. As soon as we could we see? Is there like a viewport on the?
There's
on
a
this
tiny
door,
one, but it's not. Not enough to see into the room properly. You can just kind of see straight ahead.
Oh, where I'm stood, is it? I could see something in the corner, and yeah. Oh yeah, and you know you're not supposed to see where I'm pointing, but like with the R's of reactor core, it was just there.
God. Right, lock the door then for now. We ain't gonna do anything with this yet. We need to
I'm not
deal.
going in there. I'm not going in there.
Need to deal with it another time.
How are we going to repair the reactor relay control?
We're gonna have to figure a way out of dealing with these creatures, aren't we? And then go in mass or something like that and deal with it.
Can we lower it to the decks and space it?
Yeah. That's a good plan.
I mean, we've none of us have got spacesuits on. Oh, Rai has. Do you keep your spacesuit on, Rai?
I did.
He hasn't got his helmet though.
I ain't got my helmet though. I've only got a spacesuit.
That's not good.
It's a good plan, just not for now.
Oh, actually, no. I did take my foot locker. Yes, I was.
Is it reacting to us being outside, Phil?
No,
gonna say,
no, it isn't.
I don't think that we're not tempting fate, are we, by staying here? I think we need to go back.
Can I look at it through the viewport?
You can't. It's good. It's good. It's a really really small. So yeah, partly due to the fact that this is the door to the reactor, or the reactor control. So yeah, it's small. You can only see pretty much directly ahead.
Right.
Come on, let's go back.
I don't think we should. We're just wasting time.
We can't deal with it with what we have at minute.
This doesn't seem like the others. No, it doesn't seem aggressive.
Wrong?
Well, it doesn't seem aggressive. The other one was trying to smash a door down to get to us.
You just walk it up.
I'm not trying to befriend it.
I'll open the door, Phil.
Okay, right. You open the door.
Go for it.
Right, it'll only stay open for a short while, only like a few seconds, and it'll automatically close again.
I'll plead with him. Tell him not to do that.
Can I see it now?
If you can sort of duck your head inside, and if you like, it's sort of like just ducking, kind of like that, and then back out again.
I'll attack it.
You're going to attack it?
Yeah. So it's not.
Okay.
It's not defended. It doesn't look like it's aggressive. It's obviously not
that was a good guy that we're going to help us beat bad Allien.
They're all bad in my book.
Okay, so combat then. Right. So we need to do a little bit of explaining combat. So ranges in combat is a little bit abstracted. You've got where are we? Not there.
I need to go again while you sorting that out.
Sorry?
I just need to go while you sorting that out.
Didn't catch any of that, sorry.
Going somewhere, I think, while we sort this out.
Alright, yeah. So yeah, you got different ranges. So you got engaged, which is something that's right next to you. You've got short range, which is a few meters away from you in the same zone. Medium, which is up to 25 meters away in an adjacent zone. Long, which is up to 100 meters away, 4 zones away. And then extreme, which is up to 1 kilometer away. So
Wow.
this is short range
Right.
because it's in an adjacent zone. Right. So you can get, since it's not doing anything, you can get a free attack on it. So basically, you're gonna roll. Well, you just click on your weapon basically that you're gonna use, and it will do a thing. So that's a success. Range combat. So if your attack hits, you inflict damage equal to the weapon's damage on your opponent. For every extra success you roll, you can choose one of the stunts. There's modifications for ranged weapons if it's an aimed shot. So you could actually make an aimed shot, which is
I've got an axe. So I've got to close and.
Oh,
and
you're using the
engage it.
axe. Oh, you're using the axe.
I've got no weapon.
Oh, right.
Other than an axe.
Oh,
Paul's got the gun.
I thought you were using the bolt gun.
No.
Right. Okay. You're using the axe. Fair enough. Right. So you go in. So yeah, you go in. You go in with the axe then.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So that was one success. You can push it as well if you want. If you wanted to get more successes.
What do you do for push again?
It'll put stress on. You've got true grit, so life frontier. Luckily, so you can push any skill roll based on strength twice. So you can push that twice.
What do you roll when you push?
You just click on the
I know you click on it, but what happens? How many dice do you roll extra? Is it just a miss?
It'll roll that and a stress dice. It'll add a stress dice on.
So I'll re-roll all my dice plus a stress.
Yeah, so it'll do it automatically. So you just click on the push. There you go. Oh, roll a panic. Okay, so you got to roll the stress. Make a stress roll. Just roll the panic. So 1. So just keeping it together. So you got 2 successes altogether then. I think, is that right? I'm not sure. I think that's right. So you did the weapon damage, and you can add use it for a stunt, which in this case is.
Can you do it for extra damage?
You can do it for an extra point of damage. Damage.
Yeah, let's do damage.
Okay, so that does a total of how much damage then?
I don't know what the weapon damage is.
So if you look on your character sheet on the sheet, it's got a damage. The axe does a damage of 1, so that's a damage of 2.
Right.
Okay, so then it's got armor, unfortunately. So it rolls armor. Okay, right. It didn't roll. So yeah, you managed to. Yeah, so it bypassed. None of its armor didn't protect it. So yeah, you like bring the axe down on it and bury the head of the axe into its body, into its shoulder. Ooh. Right, and it gives a high pitched shriek and a hiss.
Yeah.
Good shot.
And then
it's piss it off now.
And now it's combat. Everybody is into combat. So combat is the combat track is the fist on the icons on the top right.
Yeah.
All right. So so if you just I'll have to do it. I think I have to do it for everybody, to be honest.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Right. So first to act. So you're in combat now. In combat rounds, and first person to act is Rye.
I don't have any weapons.
So you got fast and so in chat as well you'll see initiative cards. It's drawn for everybody as well.
Yeah.
Fast and slow action. So if you bring up that player reference sheet, it'll show you a list of fast and slow actions you can do during like combat rounds.
I'm just going to try and find a weapon, Phil.
Okay, and where are you going to find a weapon?
I'll move in.
You're going to move in? Okay. Right, so move in, so that is a fast action to move into there. And let's see a slow action, look around. So you can make an observation check. See if you can find something you can use as a makeshift weapon.
I'll shout out Rye to get out, stay out of the way.
Okay, you don't find anything.
Stay safe.
So next, oh sorry, begin. So next, it's Cham.
So it's still moving and stuff then. Sticking an axe to its.
It doesn't look like it's you've embedded the axe in its shoulder, but it doesn't look too bothered about it. This yellowish white sort of fluid pours out of the wound.
Where's Rye now? Is he in the room?
Yeah, he's behind you.
She's behind you.
Right. Can't run away then.
You can move through friendly people.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna leave Rye in the middle of the thing. I'm gonna have to stay and attack it again.
Okay. Same again then. You get a fast and a slow action, by the way.
So fast is just like a movement thing, isn't it, or drawing?
Yeah, so fast actions are run, move through a hatch, get up, draw a weapon, block and attack. So yeah, you could save your fast action to block and attack. Pick up an item, shove, grapple attack, retreat, aim, seek cover, assume overwatch, enter a vehicle, grab the wheel, drive.
No, I'll save me fast for a block and then just hit it.
Okay, go on then. Do your weapon thing. Oh, so that's 2 successes.
Oh, he's going to chong its head off, isn't he?
So I can still push that, can't I?
You can try and get more successes, yeah.
Adds me another stress and rolls all the dice again.
Yeah.
All of them? So you might fail in end.
No, because you add them to this, don't you?
I'm just going to double check.
It did last time because I only got one first time, and it said I ended up with 2 successes.
Right, yeah. I think that's what I think it does that. Yeah, so it just says
following the push, you have a total of 2 successes.
Yeah.
So I'll push.
Okay.
Oh,
nothing. Okay,
and
so
I'll push again.
Oh yeah, you can push again, can't you? Yeah. Oh dear. Okay, right. So so it makes another armor roll.
That's 1, 2, 3.
Okay, right. It so you bring the axe down again, but the blade just skids off its thick skin.
26 dice. That. Oh dear. I'll then shout to Rye, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out.
Okay, just need to check on close combat. Blocking. So blocking, if you're attacked in close combat, you can choose to block the attack to avoid being hit. Blocking is a fast action, and you roll for close combat. You must declare that you're going to block before the attacker rolls. For their strike, for each success you roll, you can choose a different effect. Decrease the damage. Remove one of the enemy's successes. If they are left with no successes, the attack misses. If this effect can be chosen multiple times. Counterattack, you can perform a counterattack dealing damage to the attacker equal to the damage rating of your weapon. You cannot spend additional successes to increase the damage of your counterattack, or you can disarm your enemy, which is a bit unlikely since it's not actually using a weapon.
Yeah.
So I presume you are going to attempt to block it.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So it rolls its attack. Okay. So now you can roll block.
Awesome.
Okay, right, all right. So you have to roll for stress, but you've blocked. You managed to block it, unbelievably.
Two successes.
Oh yeah, taking care of it.
Got 2 successes, so you can block it, so you can counterattack if you want as well.
Can I?
Yeah,
It
so
does one
so it does
damage.
so it does 1 damage. Yeah, so it still gets its armor check. Yeah, so it does nothing. Your blade just like the axe blade just skims off it.
Get out.
Okay, so that was that. So next it's Wilson.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is Junction C2 open to this corridor?
The door isn't open. The doors close automatically, but yeah, it opens the door to this.
So I can move 2 regions. So
Yeah.
I'm basically moving. I'm moving.
Into the junction.
Yeah. Is that one region?
So that'd be one into the junction because you're already in the corridor.
Yeah. And then I want to go through to the balcony.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, just go through to the balcony. Boom.
Okay.
Oh, hold on though. It's no, because you'll only get to the junction because it's a fast action to open the door.
Right.
Yeah. So there you go.
I'm with you.
Right. So yeah, that's pretty much it for you this round.
Is there a way I can increase stress to do another fast action?
I don't believe so. No.
That's all right then.
I don't believe so. Right. So then it goes again, gets a second go. So which you can't block. Ooh. So it punches you with its fist, striking you with a powerful punch. Start. 10. Right, you take 1 damage.
Well, how do I do that?
Sorry?
How do I take a damage?
It's
off my health at the top.
Yeah.
Done. So it punched me.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Okay, yeah. Punches you for 1 point of damage. And that's it. It gets a fast and a slow action like you do. But yeah, that's all. So that's all it does. So it's next round of combat. Let's see. Next turn. Next round. So it's Rye again.
So taking Cham's direction, I will get the fuck out of here.
I think I might be following.
Okay, so it's a fast
this
action.
Seems to be doing really well.
Run fast action. Yeah. So is that all you're doing? Just going to there?
Did I see where?
No.
No. Okay. So yeah, I'll run out here. I'll wait for.
You're going to wait outside in the corridor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to make sure that I can shut it behind him.
Radio.
Yes, the boss try chasing us.
All right, you're not saying anything. You can, like I say, you can talk and stuff like that as well.
I'll just
go on.
I'll just say that I'm waiting. Well, I'll make it quite clear. I'll shut the door. Quick, get out.
Yep.
Radio. Next, it's Champ.
So can I do a fast and a standard in any order?
Yes.
So I can do a slow action to attack it, and then the fast
to retreat.
Is there retreat,
which requires a mobility check.
Yeah. I'll have to do that then.
Okay, go on then.
Come on.
3 successes.
I could push it.
You could, yeah.
Hacking it to bits.
It's just got massive armor, though, hasn't it? I'm going to push it
Only
anyway.
hit it once.
While it was asleep.
Ooh. So that's
That's 7.
7 successes, yeah.
I could push it.
Extra damage.
I could push again.
You could.
8 successes.
Successes.
Would that be 7 extra damage?
What can I do with 8 successes?
You can
So I
add
can
multiple
knock it,
damage.
I can knock it to the ground.
Yeah.
One to knock it to the ground.
Push it all into
inflict
damage.
Extra damage, 1 point of extra damage for each success. You can outmaneuver your opponent and trade initiatives. You can force them to drop a weapon or an object to go in the hands. You can opponent falls to the ground or is knocked back through an airlock, for example. You can grapple your opponent, which must be win an imposed combat roll, or you can pin your opponent, pin your enemy. But I don't think it makes a panic roll, though.
Yeah, I don't think I want to grapple it. I want to knock it to the ground to give me the best chance of getting away. So I'll use one success to knock it to the ground and all the rest in damage.
Rightio. So that's
so there's 7 extra for damage. So it's 8 damage in total.
Yeah, 8 damage versus its armor.
I hope it rolls crap.
Yeah, no effect.
It did nothing. Got nothing. So yeah, you bring. So you bring the.
Unfortunately, when you hit something with an axe and pull it back again, this blood spray comes back at you all the time. So you know it's not going to end up well for you.
No.
But awesome.
I didn't expect it to end
Okay,
well.
right. You so you lunge at it, kick it with your foot and knock it to the floor, and then bring your axe down and just bury the axe in the front of its skull, and it doesn't move.
Still get out anyway. I think it might be dead.
It's dead.
No way.
Is it dead?
It is. It's dead.
Wilson, find out if it's dead.
Well, basically,
Wilson's gone.
If we're coming out of combat, I will run into this data point on balcony.
Yeah.
To raise comms through ship and say, "There's a thing down here."
Oh, so there's a comms is in there in junction thing. There's comms there, look.
Well, sorry then. I thought it were the data pad thing, so I want to run through there.
Yeah.
Just into junction.
Okay.
Yeah. Flip on the thing. Tell everybody there's a fucking thing down at the reactor core. Bring the guns, quick!
Shout back. Think it's dead.
False alarm.
Might be dead. Is it?
So yeah,
so you say it's like a nest.
Yeah, so it's built. It's like it were like sort of. Yeah, it built a nest that it were like sort of curled up in, next in front of the the door to the actual door to the door to the actual reactor rather. Which is.
I think it's probably time just to shut the door and like slide down to sit down and just have a breather.
Are you going back out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so you heard all that come over. Everybody heard that, came over the comms through the intercom. So
I'll just say to Cham, that was the most badass thing I've ever seen.
I don't know how that happened, but it's tough. Very tough.
Not anymore. It's not.
That will
It's
look
sloppy
awesome.
now.
Just kicked it to the floor and then buried axe in its head.
It was lucky that.
It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably looking pretty shaky and all that.
Oh yeah, I'm a mess again now. Similar to when I were flying around in space with no air and shit.
Yes, stress level 5 again.
Yeah.
So what about Davis and Miller? What you two doing? So you've heard all this come over the comms, like Wilson like shouting and screaming about something.
Have we got a comm unit? It's coming through all the comm, is it? All the different.
Yeah, so it's
things.
gone. Yeah, it's gone ship ship wide.
I think there's one in the med lab. I think.
Let me go into right deck. Yeah, there's one in the med lab. Yeah. So you'll have probably been in the. We'll say you'll have been in the med lab when Wilson comes screaming over the comms.
Guess we'll reply on the comm, saying what's happening. Where are you?
Just get down here. We're at the reactor deck. C, is it? D.
C. D deck.
Okay. I'll start heading towards the junction.
Okay. Radio.
Once I regain a bit of composure, does the nest look like it's just like a one monster nest, or does it look big? Like
no, it literally just for itself. It's just like sort of built something. It's kind of almost like it's just snuggled up in it to keep warm.
Yeah. I think we should probably move away from here. In case there's others that come or something, I don't know.
Yeah. Sounds like
well, yeah.
So there's so the one thing with the control room as well, there's no ventilation shafts into there at all. The only entrance into there is through that one door. There's no maintenance shafts running into reactor, into the relay control, no air ventilation shafts or anything.
So this one knows how to work doors?
Apparently so.
Is this a different one to what we saw before, then, do we think?
Yeah.
Slightly different. Plus, with the way that they age really fast, we don't know how long that's been here, but we can assume it might, well, presumption has been there a while.
Yeah.
Maybe that was where it was from.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously they're not running back after me. And as people are coming down, I'll come back into corridor to see what's going on.
We've just sat on the floor, shaking a bit.
Yeah. I'll just be like, oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell have you done? You killed that thing?
Stuck an axe in its head. Eventually, it took a few cracks to soften its skull. It's really tough. But eventually the axe got through. Mashed its brains in. I think it's dead.
Right.
Okay. So Miller and Davis, are you going down via the junction 2, or are you going down via the lift?
The lift's miles away. I think we should go down the stairs.
Yeah, I think so. Plus, we don't get stuck in that lift again.
Okay.
Should we go back in and have a look at it? Let's see if we can figure anything out about the creature, the species.
We've got to go back in there to try and fix the reactor anyway, so no time like the present.
So we don't need to know. We know what this is.
There might be some weak spots, though, that are not as tough. We give it a poke and a prod. Plus, there's no vents in there, so the other one can't get to us in the reactor relay control without coming through the door. And it doesn't look like it can do doors, because before it was just battering the door, running into it. Although it might be smarter now. I think we should go in.
What I'm saying to you, Cham, is that this isn't an alien. Not like what you're thinking.
Well, it looks like an alien to me.
Yeah, it does. But it's
Big
not.
white thing, like we've seen previous.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying to you, Cham, is this is a crew member.
What can you possibly know that? It looks like an alien. Look at its head.
This is a crew member. This is what happens when you're infected.
Well, no.
Remember?
What happens is what happened to Cooper.
Yeah.
You'll be
But
burst.
also, remember the ones in the spacesuit with the long arms?
Yeah, but that didn't have one of these. It wasn't an alien. That were a person.
Yeah, but didn't he kill himself? Maybe he got to that point and he pulled the trigger before he got that far.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. All I know is that thing's not human.
Anymore. Is there like a door log?
Look at his blood.
Could we check who the last person through this door or anything like that? Besides us?
I'm not sure you can.
What about the last person to access this terminal in this room? That's something we could look into?
Well, you can use a terminal if you want.
Yeah, can you see what last person to access it were though?
No, there's nothing like that. But you do notice something. There's a warning flashing up on the screen saying that there's a reactor leak.
Oh, that can't be good.
You're all currently getting dosed with radiation.
Oh, I wonder why there's a radiation thing on this sheet now.
You've all got 1 rad of radiation.
That's awesome.
Rad. So we click 1 dot on there then, do we?
Yeah.
Rolling radiation. Fuck.
Okay, so before we rush out,
radiation works is this is quite strong, so you get it's strong exposure in here. So every time you gain a radiation point, you must roll a number of dice equal to your total current number of rads. So you just click on the radiation, it'll roll them for you. For every success in the roll, you take 1 point of damage. If you're broken by radiation damage, you must make a death roll each time you take another rad until you are removed from the radiation hotspot. As long as you remain inside a hotspot, you cannot recover health in any way. After you leave an irradiated area, you'll heal 1 rad per shift, but it's possible to receive permanent radiation damage.
I don't think it should be in here, guys.
You can
Does
also...
suits,
Sorry?
do suits protect you from radiation?
To do if you've got them.
I
Yeah,
don't
no, I'm just
know
wearing
if
pants.
those particular suits do. I'd have to check.
Right.
So you also there's a couple of other things you also spot as well. You spot the problem with the reactor relay. Some of the consoles and circuitry is being damaged by some yellowy white resin that's covering some of the panels and is eating into them.
Can we quickly assess how long that damage will take to fix?
So maybe about half an hour.
Oh, Christ, can't endure the radiation. Then why would we do that?
we know that though.
What?
We know that we can't endure the radiation. We don't know.
Oh, well,
Well, there's a warning saying there's a radiation levels, a high level radiation leak. There's also in here is the apparatus, the console for the ship's self-destruct system.
Nice to know. Don't tell John.
Right. So meanwhile,
Alright.
yeah, you two. So Davis and Millie, you climb down the junction into junction C2, and you can and you head towards the reactor. So you're outside the door to the reactor relay control.
Okay. As I'm running down this corridor, I'll be shouting for Wilson, because I don't know where. We know he, talked on this comm, but he's not here now, so...
No. Okay. So yeah, you probably can't hear them shouting from outside because this door's probably going to be super thick. But yeah, you arrive at the door to the reactor relay, and through the tiny little viewport, you can see your three fellow crewmates inside.
Glowing.
Okay. Can we open the door?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, it's got a still push button open thing to open control for open door. Okay, the door slides open, revealing Miller and Davis.
What's going on? They're all just sat there like not up.
We're all a bit shell shocked, I think. Kill this thing. We need to get out of here, though. This radiation leak.
Oh shit!
Soaking up the rats.
Can we see the thing that they killed? Is it in this room or the other room?
Yeah, you should be able to see it. It's just down here. Yeah, you can see this this thing, this abomination but it's wearing the tattered and burnt remains of a crewman's outfit uniform, but it's got this huge sort of elongated head. It's strange. It strangely reminds you a bit of a beluga whale.
Right.
And it has its arms. It's got it gives you a shudder as you recognize these elongated, like stretched arms and legs that have torn through the fabric of the suit.
Yeah, because I examined the other guy closely, so.
So Wilson was right.
Yeah, you're soaking up the rads in there, by the way.
Do we need to get out of here? Yeah. There's a warning on the door.
Yeah, let's get him.
This ship's not going anywhere without somebody fixing the reactor, yes?
No, it's not, no.
Right, I'll make the suggestion that I should probably stay in here. I'm already radiated anyway, so this is what I'm here for. I'm here for fixing the ship.
Did we say that we had to add some radiation to a sheet?
Yeah.
Is it heavy machinery?
It is heavy machinery, to fix this, yeah.
Is there no suits you can wear? Is there no suits on board?
I don't know at this moment in time.
So yeah, it requires a heavy machinery roll to repair it.
I'll do it then if you want.
Well, I'll stick and help. There's no point. I've already been radiated, so if it's going to take 30 minutes, then so be it. We're not going anywhere without fixing the ship, are we? So it needs doing.
Okay.
How often do we roll a radiation roll?
So you'll roll every turn.
And how many turns in?
It will take 3.
Right.
So each turn you'll add 1 rad on, and it'll roll, and then you do the roll.
I'm also stressed to fuck after fighting
stress doesn't affect it. It's not affected by stress.
All right. Well, I'm not going to let Rye stay in there by himself.
Okay.
So I'll stay as well.
Ship's not going anywhere without us fixing this. So we either do it now while we're here, or we
Let's
fuck
do
about
it.
and come back later.
Let's do it then.
Okay,
Shut the
what's you three? What's the other three doing then? What's Davis and Wilson and Miller doing? They lock themselves in the reactor control room to repair it.
For half an hour, I'm happy to hang around here. I'll fill Wilson in on the incident up in the Medibay, what happened with their crew and what they reported on the med scan.
What did happen with their crew and what they reported on med scan?
They've took a load of samples for some reason that they were doing some work on, and they were in a rush to leave.
Artifacts, they said they were, didn't they?
Yeah, there was these jars of liquid, and they were in a rush to leave with them, to the point where they weren't even bothered about scanning me. They've run a scan on me, and they reckon that I've got some kind of growth in me that may be one of those alien things. So I need to nip back up there in an hour and see if it's growing.
We kind of need to get back together then and talk about what these are and what the hell was in what Clayton wanted.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Didn't seem.
Have you taken anything?
No.
I've not been anywhere near a quarters wherever they are. I've been to Mother and Medbay
No, I've not took anything.
and air scrubbers.
I went in a quarters with Rye, and there was some drugs found.
She said it would.
But you weren't interested in that.
Data pad.
Yeah.
No, there was a wall safe.
What's on the data pad?
There was a wall safe.
Yeah,
As I recall, it weren't powered because we didn't have power to ship.
Right.
So we couldn't have got in anyway. So either it
You're not there. You're not there. You're not there. You're not there.
Oh yeah, sorry.
But we need to talk to her about that, whether subtly or unsubtly. Probably.
Well, yeah.
We're already pulling guns on each other. Probably don't want to make a tense situation worse. But I mean, we're stuck here in an open corridor with an alien running around. I suggest we get back to that secure room.
They're not being honest with us. And the sooner we realise that, the better.
But we're strapped on this ship with them. At some point, it could end up coming down to them versus us, and there's a lot more of them that are reasonably good at doing what they do compared to us.
Well, I mean, they've got a junior doctor under that's...
they're more armed than us.
Yeah, but the point is, we shouldn't be escalating that or trying to force it into that situation. We need to try and get them to be working with us.
I just worry that we're a liability to them and they might just see us as getting in the way.
Well, if we keep butting heads with them, then that's exactly what they'll think.
Well, I think from the way they behaved in the med bay and the way that Johns and Clayton ran off to Mother, they're doing something. They've got...
Are you sure that they weren't just like really anxious that this alien might turn up?
No, they were more. They seemed more keen to get those samples rather than worried about an alien.
Flynn didn't seem happy though, being in the med bay at all.
No.
That's what I mean. A med bay is full of specimens.
I don't know. I don't know the reason. He just didn't seem happy to be there and wanted to just get back.
That sounds to me like he's just scared of getting caught out in open, which is exactly what we're doing.
There's something definitely going on because they were aggressive again for no reason, or for little reason. With it seems as though the company Clayton's got something over them because clearly they ordered them to get this sample and take it back.
Clayton ordered them to get the sample.
That's what I would presume.
Did you hear him do it?
No. But like I said, Flynn was saying to Reed about, we've done what we've asked to do, basically, and
Right.
let's get this back to the thing. So why would anyone else care about that? Why would they risk their lives going to the med lab for a sample and then take it back? Makes no sense.
And the whole point of going to the med lab was to scan me.
Yeah.
And Flynn.
But clearly, it didn't seem like that was the real reason, does it?
No. If anything, it was more an inconvenience running a scan on me.
Yeah, it was. For definite.
Interesting. Well, if they are up to something, all the more reason to get back before they lock us out again. We're all out here. There's none of us in that nice, safe, secure room. They've got samples, which is, from what you're saying, they sound like they've got what they want.
But is there merit in splitting up for the sake of, what did Rye say, half an hour to get the reactor online?
I think we should wait for them.
Yeah.
They can't be in there that long because of the radiation.
Okay.
Much longer.
Well, I'm not going to be splitting up on my own, so.
Right.
But this is, this thing in here is what we're looking at. He's a crew member.
Yeah. They did mention in the when they were telling us the story that, because I questioned it, they mentioned one of the crew attacking them or something.
Mm.
And I questioned it, and they went, "Oh no, because of the alien or whatever." But actually, maybe they did mean the crew member attacking them.
Mm.
Because that's 2 crew members now we found with long arms.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Right, I guess we just wait here for them.
Okay. So
Are we anywhere near calling it as a pause? Sarah's
I
given
would
me
have
a
thought
nod.
so.
Oh yeah.
I guess by the time they've done the reactor thing, and then that can be a good place to stop, can't it?
it can, yeah. So yeah, if you want to, if you two want to, so you need to, like I say, you need to do it three times. So you just add a radiation and make a roll.
Add a radiation.
Yeah. Ooh. So if you get a success on that roll, if you both got a success, so your health, because you lose 1 health.
Yeah, done that.
And next one.
Oh dear.
So Cham, you lose another health, and the last one.
Oh dear.
Right,
Are we adding 3 radiation, did you say? Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'll be on top of the one that you initially took. So it'll be.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay, and then you can make a heavy machinery test.
Jesus.
Come on.
I presume
Story point.
Rye's helping you, so
Yeah, so +1 from me.
So yeah, plus
So
1 dice.
Base modifier 1. I put in.
Yeah.
This is one that you don't want to fail.
Bastard, but he has to roll stress. He'll have to make a stress roll. Just make sure it's not perfect. Don't cause you to fail.
I can't push that, can I? Because
No, because you've rolled stress, so you can't push a stressed roll.
So I have to roll stress, do I?
Yeah.
Oh,
Seek
sugar.
cover. Oh no. You must use your next action to move away from danger and find a safe spot. You're allowed to make retreat if you're engaged. Your stress level is decreased by 1, but the stress level of friends PCs in short range, so that'll just be Rye. After 1 round, you can act normally. So yeah, it doesn't say you failed it. You do that. You succeed at the thing, but so yeah. Why? Do you want to explain why that's happening? What you're doing?
Well, it's basically because my skin's melted off. I'm close to keeling over. I'm feeling sick, nauseous. Can't hardly see through my eyes. I don't know how you're feeling, Rye, but I'm close to death.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not feeling so good. So my body's telling me to get out, but I'm pushing on to fix this bloody thing. But then after, I just have to accept I've got to get out. I just gotta get out and seek cover.
Yeah. So you pat in the end. You're like yeah. So in the end, you just
I
you
can feel my
panic.
lungs burning on the inside. Every breath, I just burn. It's like I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Quickly fix it, and then get out.
Okay. So yeah. So yeah. You fix the relay control, and then yeah, Cham just runs out, knocking, barging past you, runs out in a panic, screaming. Where are you going? So you run and make and looking for cover.
You've seen RoboCop, haven't you, when he hits him with car?
So where's I think you're underneath that there. So where's Cham going? So Rye's not going anywhere at a minute. Rye's not going anywhere at a minute.
All right.
I just I reckon down this corridor. I don't know what's down here like, but I've got to come down this way, haven't I?
Okay. So what, you're running down that way? Which way? You're running?
Yeah, down here.
Down that way? Okay. Okay. You'll like this. Right, so yeah, Cham comes running out, screaming. His like skin. It looks like he's been on sunbed way too long. His skin's red and peeling. Yeah, so you go running down the far end of this corridor, and as you do, you hear the scraping of the iris to the maintenance shaft open, and out crawls this.
I told you.
Holy shit.
What did I tell you?
And I think we'll leave it there.